Greetings, Patrick here, 8 Questions with, and welcome to the watch party. That's right. We are doing another watch party with some filmmakers who made the film. This is our third one, and so far we have been having a blast. We had director Joe Cornett with Gunfight at Rio Bravo. We had Michael Cassie uh, uh, talking about Hunter's Moon with a little assistance from our good friend Khalil Neo from Tennessee Bigfoot. And um, and tonight we will be talking with Joe Lujan from Carcass Studios and the massive immersive universe that he has created. As we will be watching and discussing Rust 3. All right, so I'm going to be letting the people come in. First off, let's welcome our good friend Mr. John Ward to the stage. Hello. All right. Hey, Jamie. I just saw I'm Haunted too. Brendan released it. Hi, John. How are you?
And see and hear you.
You can, or you can hear me all right? Or are you muted? Can you hear me? I hear you.
Picture in picture. Why can't I remove, edit, stop? Leave.
And the Ice Lord is here. Greetings, greetings.
Camera, I know audio, microphone.
I think John's looking for that magic button to so he can hear us.
There we go.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here for our Rust 3 watch party. We'll be being joined today by Tori and Chris. They'll be here shortly, along with Joe Lujan, of course. And we will be watching Rust 3. Travis, once again, causing all sorts of havoc. I do have the link. It is on YouTube. The movie is on YouTube. I'm going to drop the link down below here. And if you want to join us, by all means. So there is the link to the show. Yeah, Corey Taylor's a very nice very good young actress. Definitely. I see the Ice Lord is here. So we got him. I know that he'll be doing the ninth circle of hell a little later on. But thank you for coming in. Today, like I said, we're doing Rust 3. This is the third of a trilogy, but it is also part of a much bigger universe that Joe Lujan has created. Um, the Immortal Wars is part of his universe. There's all sorts of there's so many movies that are tied into this. Plus, he has a comic book. Plus, he has a comic book line that he also uses as a creative to help shape his universe as we know it. Now, we had Joe on the show not that long ago, and he mentioned that he is going to be looking to start closing down the universe that he's created, and it'll be very interesting to see how he does that. It's so big. I'm just wondering how it's going to take a lot of movies to get it done, which is a good thing for us Joe Lujan fans, because I don't think he could be able to just close the door with just one movie. Like I expect Travis to be out and about at the end of this movie. Um, yes, that's right. I have not seen this. I saved this. I wanted to be surprised with you guys. So this will be my first time watching the movie. So we will be seeing everything together for the first time. So when something cool happens, we'll all be able to go like, "What the hell?" And that'll be a lot of fun. Um, John, you have a role in this movie. You want to talk a little bit about your role, real quick?
I'm the funny thing with this film is I came on as a like a little bit part as a homeless person, and this is really before I even knew Joe. And then we shot that part, and then I became Joe's sound man, and so I was on set as his sound man. But the camera kept going over and showing me, so I then became an actor while actually doing sound for his film.
Oh,
So it basically, and then my part as the homeless guy got cut out. So I'm hoping that it's because I would then be playing two parts, but and I would look almost identical. So
right.
it's funny how it just kind of worked out with when Joe saw the footage. He's like, "Oh no, we have to reshoot all this. John, you're in the shots," and it's like, "But why can't I be in the shots? You know,
Yeah,
you're the interviewer, you're interviewing Corey, and I'm your sound man, and you know, in real life and the movie. So
makes sense to me.
yeah, so why not just be in the movie?" And he's like, "Okay." So then he wrote my character in and all that type of stuff. So um I'm very honored and really proud to be like primarily Joe's sound guy. I've acted also in a bunch of his films. I'm also in the Immortal Wars, and some of his other films. So it's between Joe and Chris. It's been really awesome.
I really am like, he mentioned that he was going to be looking to close the universe down. I'm just like shaking my head about that. Going like, I don't know how he's going to do that. He has created such an expansive, you know. Most of the time when we talk about writers and directors, sometimes even screenwriters, you hear that term, right, boxing yourself in the corner, writing Joe's problem. Joe, that's not Joe's. That's not in his vocabulary. I don't think he. I'll be. We'll have to ask him when he gets here if he has ever found himself doing that, because his movies have not. His stories are so expansive. They can go and keep going. There's no ending. And to me, it's like, a lot of times you hear people say, "How are they going to keep the story going? How are they going to keep the story going?"
Yeah, I know he wants to kind of close out on some of these, but I don't think that they would ever be fully
I don't either.
finished. I mean,
No,
he may make a film that takes place on a cruise liner, and somehow there's going to be, you know, a cameo from, you know, one of his other characters that he said, you know, that he, you know, was ending the series. He loves kind of interweaving all that stuff together. So I don't think anything would be 100% because it's you know, how many times has the Who said that they're retiring and then they've had like 10 concerts since.
right.
So I think it's one of those where he may leave something for a while, but then you know, come back to it. So
That's how I
it's
feel too.
yeah, I think, I mean, he'll keep going on it. I mean, I know of the stuff that he's going to be doing in the future, and I'm going to be, you know, part of that. So, which I'm very happy about. Las Vegas has a small but thriving film community, and
Yeah.
we all tend to work together. So if you know, I work on Joe's film, he works on my film. If I were, you know, if Joe works with Drew Marvick will work with, you know, Tom Devlin will work with me, who will then work with Joe, who will then, you know, it's this kind of merging of everybody to help each other out. So it's yeah, I don't think anything will ever truly end as long as people are willing to, you know, to help out and make these things, you know, happen.
And his pen is very active. I mean, that's one thing too. It's like a lot of times you'll see people. That's why you don't see one screenwriter necessarily for a franchise. It's like, especially one like this. I have never seen anybody ever. have a world like Joe has created and sustain it with films. I mean, never. I mean, and we're not talking about just one, like like James Bond. He's got 25 films in one world. In one world. I
Right.
mean, but that's it. I mean, they can't spin off Q, they can't spin off M, they can't spin off, the Bond girls on a secret mission. It's just one character in one world. Whereas Joe has created many, many characters, maybe in the same world, but they're all different, but they're all, actually they're more of a multiverse. And it's like it's all different. It's so creative. And he's done it all by himself. James Bond has had like what 30, 40 writers, and done every movie.
Yeah.
And it's like Joe's done that by himself. One
Well,
person.
that's why. I mean, if you go into his office, he has all the posters up of the films, and sometimes you could see two of his characters on one poster that are from two other movies. And he's one of those few guys, I guess, unless you're Marvel or somebody, that can successfully intertwine all of these different people. I've tried it. I'm a filmmaker myself, and I suck at it. My stuff doesn't make sense when I try to put them into the same worlds. It's just like, no, it's better just to keep it separate. But with Joe, it's, yeah, he's going to create Billy, and then Billy will be in these 3 films, and then those characters will be in those 4 movies. And somehow it may just be simply that Travis is standing in the background, and that's it. Or, Billy is sitting in a chair, and that's
Right.
it. So
Right.
it's hey Tori.
Hey, how's it
Hi,
going?
Tony. Good. Thank you for showing. Thank you for coming up and for our watch party of Rust 3.
Thank you for having me.
This will be fun. We're still waiting for Joe and Chris. I have dropped the link into the chat, so if you guys in the chat want to join in and watch the show with us, please do so. I will drop the link again. Actually, I'll do that a couple of times before we started the show. And then, yeah, I saw that on your. I saw that on your description there, John. Dark Park Films. I was going to ask you, what is Dark Park Films?
It's my production company. We do our own series called Aximus. There's been 2 of them made, and we're working on 2 others. And it's my YouTube channel. It's kind of over. It's all my stuff. And then hey, look there. Whoops, wrong hand. Look, hey, there's Joe. I always
Hi.
get this messed up.
Hi, Joe.
I'm trying
Hi.
to point at Joe.
Sorry, I don't
That's
want to
right.
interrupt you. John, continue. Explain what
There's
you do.
Joe right there.
There. Oh, that's
and
there.
Tori. See, Tori.
Hi, guys.
And then John.
I always, I mean, I'm like screen dyslexic. So
Yeah, me too. Which way am I going? Which way do I go?
I know. So it's been nice with Dark Park Films because I've been able to create my own stuff while going and also working with Joe and working on his stuff and being part of like his world, and which has rubbed off on me in the ways that different films are being made. So it's the guy really is like a one man, film studio, and it influences you when you see it to make me want to have my films better, and that you don't have to have 20 people on set. You can just have like 3 crew and then your cast, and which is how we do it a lot. I mean, that's there's been days where Joe will have his camera and he'll have it put on his like mobile tripod, and then he'll be like, oh no, there's nobody here to do slate, and he'll put that in his mouth, and then he'll take the slate right onto the camera and he'll go, scene 1, 2, 3, and then he'll hit it, put it down, and then grab the camera again because we don't have anybody to slate. So it's like
it happens.
Yeah, so it's learning. It's like Joe really is kind of like this film school, and
Oh,
so
thank you.
Oh yeah, sure. No, I've Joe's heard me say this a million times. I think that he could take, a rubber band, a paper clip, and some, box tape, and he'd make the Enterprise out of it. So
What do they call it? Maluhan right here, right? Instead of MacGyver, it'd be Maluhan. Um, it's funny you mentioned about about just the minimum crew, because I'm just thinking about 3 films that I've just recently watched and talked to the creators about that. Brandon Rhines did it with his movie I'm Haunted 2. It was just him and it's just him and a cameraman. Dane Elcar, who did my favorite movie of last year, which was Brightwood. It was just him and a cameraman.
oh, I know that
And
one. Yeah.
yeah, it's not. And the young man I talked to yesterday, Austin Gallant, he was a filmmaker, and it was just him and his sound guy, just 2-man crews, and they made 3 feature length films. I don't. I sort of hope that's not becoming a trend, though, because I do think
It's I mean, it is nice to have crew, but then of course, the more people you have, the more things you have to juggle, and then you kind of got to corral everybody in. So when I moved out to Vegas, I was out here for a few years and just didn't do anything. And I worked on 2 films where I went, wow, there's only like 4 crew member here, but there's like 10 cast members. It's like, you can make a movie with just 3 crew members and like a small cast. And then I went off to do my own stuff, do short films and Aximus and stuff like that. And then that's when I met Joe and started working on his stuff, where I think the first thing I worked with him was The Homeless Man. And it just like, hey John, you wanna come back. And then slowly but surely it became, somebody who's never done sound in their life, all of a sudden becoming a sound man.
Oh yeah,
And
you're right. That's where we started. How was Rust 3?
yeah. So this is kind of
Oh
funny
wow, that's
that we're
crazy.
doing this. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you put out a thing on Facebook that said looking for a homeless man. And I was very scruffy. And I'm just like, oh, please,
Not
please.
a-
Because I'd
That's
already
funny.
seen Rust 1 and 2. And I was a massive fan of these movies. I'm just like, who is this guy? I want to work on if he ever does a sequel. And then there it was. And I'd run across Joe a couple times, for like interviews and stuff that he was on first, and then I'd be interviewed second type of thing. And once that homeless man thing hit, it was just like, hey, John, we need somebody to do this. And then, hey, we need somebody to do this again. And then I just became part of the team.
Yeah.
And it's
Crazy.
been that way since. So I'm telling you, when I saw
Wow.
Rust 1 and 2, I was just like, what are these? I love these movies. And so I really wanted to be part of that world. And I became more than what I thought I would be.
Yeah. Tori, how did you get involved in the project?
I worked as an extra on one of Joe's films before. I think it was Olive, right?
Yeah, The Immortal Wars Rebirth. It used to be called Olive, and then the title changed. Yeah.
Yeah, it changed. But then I started working at the haunted house that I was filmed at, and everybody was like, "Hey, I want to introduce you to Joe." And I was like, "Oh, who's Joe?" And then we saw each other, and we were like, "Oh, hey."
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
wow.
so random too. Like, oh, you're here. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody was talking about us to each other, and we were like, "I don't know who this person is, but lo and behold."
That is hilarious. Yeah. Wow.
That it does seem like it's funny that it's lately haunts seem to be sort of like a really good place to find actors at.
Yeah.
It really does seem to, I mean, especially the ones that are into cosplay, they're big time cosplayers and whatnot. I mean, it's no longer just people coming up in costume and just standing there and going boo boo boo. It's a really No, there's some really good actors there, and they pay attention to their character. They stay in character, and I've seen a lot of those cosplayers move on to feature films.
Yeah, no, I think if people take it's not, it's more than a hobby. I feel it's almost like I don't even want to say it's a lifestyle. It's just people are so dedicated to it when it comes to cosplay or even haunt actors. They become certain characters and they become those characters.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing to see how people can really get into it. I love that,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I think
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, I love the cosplayers. I think they're fascinating. I interviewed a collective on here called The Variant. Super cool people, really energetic. I met my favorite cosplayer who I met. I got to talk to, and she goes by the name of Vale, and fantastic. I mean, her costumes and her dedication and her look are just like amazing. And I've just been hearing more and more stories like that coming out, and it's really neat. It's like I said, it's a great place to find cast. See if they're that dedicated and they're showing up every day at their haunt job, their haunt project. Imagine how reliable they would be doing a feature film.
That's true. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, and,
Uh,
and that's kind of how Drew works in a way. I'm not Drew. I'm seeing Drew down here. That's how Joe works. Yeah. I mean, you'll come over from the haunt, do some extra
Mhm.
work, and then the
Mhm.
next thing you know, you're acting. You're doing
Yeah.
slate. You're you know you're
It's true,
helping
yeah.
out. Yeah. I mean, you kind of move up this ladder in a way of kind of being on the outside of the circles, kind of slowly moving in with each
Mhm.
job.
Yeah, and I think that's how when I cast, I'm always looking for people who are passionate about it, who really want to take it serious, and I think that's how I kind of put together a lot of the cast for some of my films. I used to always do the traditional way of casting, but it has shifted. But definitely going back to that route again. But yeah, no, I think haunt actors are some very dedicated and serious actors, from what I've seen firsthand. So yeah.
I see Chris is swimming through the muck there, trying to come on.
Yeah.
Chris, yeah, he's buffering.
He's loading. He's loading.
I wanted to thank everybody over in the chat area for being here. I tried to get on and it keeps saying error for me, but thank you for questions and being here and all of that. That's great. It just looks like I can't join the chat. Is the view with Drew? Is that Drew Marvick?
No, no. He's a film community member. We have a lot of film community members that
Oh,
come
nice.
through. I see who's still here. There's three still here. One's a PR, one's a public relations. That's Stephen Chang. He's in public relations. Drew is he's a cinephile. He does a lot of reviews on the tube. Our friend Stephen, the Horror Freak 85, he is also a podcaster as well. He co-host House of Horrors on Saturday
Oh,
nights.
sweet.
Van City Adventure is a supporter, and he is into the van life community. And then the Ice Lord, I am the Ice Lord. He too runs he's part of a show called Psychobabble, and he also runs his own thing on Fridays called the Nice Circle. So a lot of the folks that are coming in here, they have their own thing going on too. So it's basically just a chat room of creatives, which is really a lot of fun.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, poor Chris.
Chris, he's still loading. He's still loading.
If you could hear this, Chris, just step back out and come back in. Just step back out, and then try to come back in. So as far as the movie goes, it is on YouTube. We will not be able to have the sound up per se. So if you want to use headphones, by all means do so. We can't risk having the sound over the stream, because even though it is your movie, YouTube doesn't know that, and it gets rather cranky.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and I'll say the YouTube. It's on V Horror's YouTube channel.
Right.
They're our distributor. So V Channels Media is our distributor, and they have an exclusive channel to where the films that they distribute, they will stream on that channel specifically. So that's how people are able to watch it. Along with that, those who have Apple TV and Vudu, I believe, they also can watch Rust 3 on those platforms as well.
So I am dropping the YouTube connection, because that's the only thing I have. So if you have Vudu or Apple, you can do that as well, or you can just go ahead and join in here with us on the tube. Okay, let me see if Chris can break through the buffer. I think he's going to be buffering yet again, but we'll put him up. Maybe he'll swim through it.
Fingers crossed.
Okay.
Chris, if you can hear us, keep loading.
I was gonna say blink twice, but we can't even see.
Blink twice.
He reminds me of this one ad where this guy's just walking around the room in a circle like that. The buffering is going around and around. Chris, come back to us. And Chris Ivan.
Call him? Let me call
I was
him.
about to say, should we FaceTime him and just put him up like that?
Let me call him. See the answers.
And as soon as we get Chris on up here, we will go ahead and.
Are you loading? No, it just says your name and it's like loading, a loading screen.
Yeah, he did do a private chat. He says, "Can you see me?" And I wrote no.
Have him try opening it
where you have more signal, maybe.
Have him try opening it through Chrome.
Oh, that's actually a good idea because I had that problem once. Yeah, and I had to do it through Chrome. Yeah,
have him open the link through Chrome. Step out and then come back through Chrome. Or for those Conan fans, Chrome.
Or maybe this is the real Chris. Maybe this is how we see him, through.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a possibility. So yeah, if he stepped out and he's going to reopen it through Chrome. Okay, good. And as soon as Chris gets here, we'll get to say hi to him. Chris is a very good actor, and he also is a singer and songwriter as well. And this will be actually even though I've talked to Chris many, many times, this will be the first time I've talked to him in person. So this will be cool. And then as soon as we get here, we'll get the ball rolling. I decided to do something a little different for this. I'm just going to be a fan. I'm not only going to be a host, but I'm going to be a fan. So I'm watching this movie for the first time with you guys. So I can be okay. So I can be scared.
Have you seen the first two?
Yes. I've seen the first one.
That's right. The first one you have seen. Now let me ask you, for those who've seen the first two, I should say, I'm not sure if they know this, but they have been re-edited and distributed through V Channels Media. So you can watch them. They're remastered. They're re-edited. There's new music, new scenes.
Oh wow!
They're slightly longer actually from the original cuts. So what you guys saw back then looks nothing compared to how it looks now.
Now you sent us copies. I thought you sent us copies of
a few years back.
Yeah, is that the
original cuts? Yeah,
it's the original cuts. So we have not seen the remastered ones.
No, the remastered versions I think were released last year through V Channels Media. The first cut was distributed through another distribution company, and then I moved to a different company last year.
Okay, come on. He's having a dickens of a time. Is he based in Vegas?
Right now? Is, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling.
Oh, I miss Vegas. How's it going over there?
It's Vegas.
It's Vegas.
Yeah, things are shutting down, and it's the newest thing is Circus, I guess, is now being shut down.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah, but we'll let Chris try it one more time, and then we'll have to. Hopefully, he'll be able to join us. He'll join us in the middle of the film. We can just start the film and then let him know where we're at once he gets here. But you're right. I mean, Vegas seems to be really taking a beating. I've been seeing the videos of that and all the hotels and the poor conditions they're in. I would never.
it's better to just destroy. This is their mindset, I guess, is that it's better to destroy old Vegas and then just build a football coliseum or a baseball coliseum, or have racing go through the strip, and they're just destroying all of these things that they could refurbish. And it's soon enough, Vegas will not be the Vegas that everybody knew. It will be gone.
When I was little, the Rio was like a big deal, and now it's like dead. Nobody goes there. I stayed there last year, and it was completely empty.
I went in the 90s. I went to the Rio. Oh my God, that thing was top of the line. It was like walk there. It was awesome. It was great food and atmosphere. And then I'm looking on YouTube, and they're going like, this is the worst property on Vegas, and they're showing the Rio.
And it's like falling apart. It's terrible.
It's really terrible. It's like you walk in there, and it's like the pool shot the poo. The rooms are people were bringing in black lights so they could shine it on the sheets to make sure that the sheets were clean.
Ew.
That's something you see on the first 48. Not in. Okay, here he comes. He's gonna try it again. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, let me get out of this.
Oh no.
And where'd they go? They disappeared. Oh no.
This is just us.
Yeah, we'll just hang out and chat and.
Anything new coming up?
I got stuff that I've promised to get made that I have to get made. Stuff like Axibus 3 and 4 and Ghoul and all these things, Cosmic Horror Anthology, that have just been, COVID killed a lot of this stuff, and then I've just been lazy and just haven't been able to do it. What about you?
Yeah, I got a couple things. Just did a short. Oh my God, Chris!
All right.
The most difficult thing to get on here for some reason. I've been trying for like so long.
Hey, everything happens for a reason. You're here now.
All right, but you are here, and Joe is here. So real quick, Chris, just introduce yourself and tell us how you got involved in Rust 3.
So my name is Chris Ivan. I'm a singer-songwriter and actor. I got involved in Rust 3. How did I get involved? Honestly, Joe's management at the time was looking to film music videos, and Joe was filming one of my first music videos, Time. And then he had told me about Russ, and I was kind of hesitant because I had never acted before. It was a little something out of my comfort zone, but I have a very small role, and then ended up being like on set helping with crew every day, and it turned into a snowball effect, and now we work on multiple movies.
I like the origin. I think those kind of origins are the best, when you just show up and you start helping out, and next thing you know, people see that, they see the dedication, they see that you're serious about it, and then you're invited to be involved, and
Yes.
on many different levels.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Joe, I want you to go ahead before we start the film. Go ahead and set it up for us. Now, this is coming off Rust 2. And now we're heading to Rust 3. So give us a quick synopsis before we walk into it.
So the last Rust left off with the two main leading ladies who are not here, unfortunately. With scheduling, we couldn't get them. But Corey Taylor and Taylor Kilgore play Heather and Morgan, best friends. And part 2 ends with Travis chasing them. And I did a whole big cliffhanger ending. Now, Rust 3 does take place, I might get this wrong, you guys, because I've worked on a lot of projects since. I want to say it's 4 years later. And a lot has changed. Morgan is now a very, very successful author who is trying to share her experience with the world, and they're getting ready to reopen the newly renovated Hotel Fear, and that's where I'm going to leave you guys.
Okay. All right. So I dropped the link in the chat. So those who want to follow us, please do so. And we will start with Rust 3. And this will be a commentary watch. So as we watch the movie together, Joe and the cast will also be sharing their memories of it as well. And if you have any questions to ask, please do so. All right. Let's see. All right. Yeah, Carcass. Where'd you get the idea for your logo, Joe? Is that a vulture? Is that a vulture?
It is a vulture, yeah. My thing was horror films. I was mainly focusing on horror films, so I kind of wanted to come up with something scary and creepy. And we ended up doing, I think our log line used to be like, where stories decompose or something like that. And yeah, I don't know. I just thought a vulture, creepy, it's dark. Yeah, that's kind of where I was.
Okay. I got our first question here. Steven wants to know, says, so it was the woman in the beginning of Rust Part 2. He was curious who she was, actress wise, with the blonde and the black,
Oh, that is an actress called Brittany Enos. She is one of the main characters in the Telephobia, the first of Telephobia.
Okay.
Well, she's actually in the sequel as well. But her name's Brittany Enos. Yeah.
Question: are we supposed to be watching it on a different device?
Well, you can watch it on your monitor or your phone. We
Perfect.
just can't play the sound. That's the reason why we can't play the sound, because YouTube will get cranky at us if we do that.
Yeah, because
Is it supposed to be on the screen right now?
Pardon me?
Is it supposed to be on the screen right now? Because it's not on.
No, everybody. I'm sorry. No, you can watch it on your own.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, you can watch it on your own.
So yeah, I just did a different window. So then I got you guys on the right to the movie on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we just have the only thing we ask is just that people wear headphones, because like I said, we can't have the sound come through the chat or through the stream, because even though, like I said, it's your movie, and if they got upset, you sit there and say, yeah, but it's my movie. Unfortunately, we don't have any way to tell them that, so a lot of times they'll just hit for copyright and they'll end the stream. So we always watch okay.
Okay.
So I'm at 1 minute 43 seconds into it.
Okay.
Okay. So wait. So
Sorry,
1 minute 43
in advance. If I'm looking up, I'm playing it actually on my TV right in front of me here in the office. So that's why I keep on looking up. Sorry. I know I look real awkward just looking up.
What's he looking at? Now where's the set for this at, Joe? I'm looking at the set. It looks amazing as always.
So the set is actually Hotel Fear and Asylum in Las Vegas. That's LasVegasHaunt.com. Amazing haunted houses. We've been the only film crew who's given full access to film inside that location. So all that is a real haunted house. All that you guys see there.
It is 100% haunted.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Patrick. What's your time code that you're on right now?
I'm at 2:10.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm trying to catch up.
Can you say when you are at 2:23?
Yeah, I can say when I'm at 2:23.
Technology.
Let's see.
I'm right there. Hey.
Yeah, I'm at 2:33.
Okay, there we go. All right, so so now we're so I will say the actor that you're seeing here is Mikey O'Brien. He is a friend of all of us. I've worked with Mikey a few times now, and Joe was looking for a cop or a security guard, somebody like that to walk around. And I recommended Mikey. He's always up for these type of things, and I think he did a good job here. So I really like working with him. He's a good guy.
Yeah. The whole intro that you guys are seeing is we wanted it to be a crime scene walkthrough. So it's a very it was interesting shooting this. I don't believe Mikey knew what we had set up. I wanted him to kind of get as real of the feel he can with what we set up. I told him, go with it, whatever you see, react to it, and that's kind of how we shot this whole scene.
Yeah, I mean, because it looks like that was one of the real major highlights for me for the first Rust film was your set design was just out of this world. It was
Thank you.
on.
Yeah.
One of the best.
Rich Strelick, he's the and Jan Allen, they're the owners of Hotel Fear and Asylum, and he does everything himself. That's why I was like, I want to definitely bring him with this project. So yeah, his work is phenomenal. If you guys have not done those haunts, definitely a must. You guys need to do those haunts. And in fact, fun fact, the actual haunt that you're seeing right now is Asylum. We shot that all before they demolished it. Now it's all completely rebuilt. It's an all new haunt.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah.
Haunts seem to be more and more popular every year. It seems like, I mean, they've always been popular, but I mean, it seems like there's a whole new level to it now. And we definitely got to give a shout out to Eric Lum and Judy Lay, who were my first husband and wife team ever. I interviewed on 8 Questions With. So shout out to Eric and Judy.
They did good. They did good in this film.
Yeah, I was so surprised when I saw that. I'm going like, oh hell yeah! I got jacked because I'm like, wow, those guys are moving up, you know. And when I had them on the show until now, like I know they have gone through some really rough times, and so I was really pleased to see them, still working together, still love each other, still creating art, still acting. I was just so pleased for them, and I've always had them in my heart, ever since I learned what happened, and I've always had them here, so how did you end up meeting them, Joe? How did you end up meeting Eric and Judy?
I actually co-directed a live play called Monster Beautiful. Chris was actually in it as well, and they were casted as actors in that play, that stage play, and that's where I met them. And we actually shot their scenes for Rust 3, I believe, right after we had wrapped that show. So that's how I met them.
Greetings, Sue and Wilkie. We are watching Rust 3. Right above you is the link to the movie. If you want to click on the link, if you want to hang out with us. And right now we are at, as far as the movie goes, we are at about the 6:30 mark into the movie. So if you want to go ahead and jump in on it, by all means, do so for sure. We're watching Rust 3. Let's see. Let me go back here and catch up. Oh yeah, the newscast, the news. This is another great set right here. It's really impressive. Now, you must have built? Did you get the studio or did you build this?
No, that was actually in studio. That was in the studio. All that was green screen. The entire walls and everything around her was a green screen. So we were shooting in a green room, I should say. In studio, all that was in studio.
It's funny. I caught a comment on the YouTube channel V. I caught a comment about someone who commented that he gave much respect to you, Joe. He said it was great to see a curvy girl in the lead. It was really cool to see because most of the time they're always looking like models. And he commented that he was really inspired by your choice. And a lot of people agreed with him on that.
I think it's important. Like I'm trying to tell a story, and I feel like, are we supposed to think that these horrible things and all these stories only happen to perfectly imaged people, you know, like obviously everyone's perfect in their own way, but you get what I'm saying? It's like, do they all have to have six packs and you know, chiseled bodies? No, this can happen to anybody. Anyone can go through this. And when it comes to Corey, she's my little sister, basically. So she's my Laurie Strode of this franchise, you know, and from the beginning to the end, she's killed it when it comes to this. And yeah, I love her. Yeah, no, I love her. She's amazing.
Hello, Ava. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate that so much. And we are watching Rust 3. I put the link in the channel in case you want to get scared a little bit. Everybody likes to get scared once in a while.
Oh, I see a comment. Yeah, Gil Claveria. Yeah, he's actually he was the host in the show, in the talk show that Heather was just talking on the TV.
Okay.
And he's the one who runs and owns Shockfest Film Festival, as well as Matt Rosvali. I think I butchered his last name, but he was also one of the news anchors in the beginning of the film that we just saw. He's also runs Shockfest Film Festival.
Okay, our good friend Ava is here and joined in watching the film. Larry the Cat Dad is here, and yes, that's right. Grace Julianna was here. That's right. Good actors too. And Joe, you met her. You met her when with our interview.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely want to work with her really soon.
Are you guys going to connect? You guys going to work together?
Definitely, I want to. I really do. I have to reach out to her. I have a few projects I think she'd do really good in.
Wow, that would be cool. I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah.
I'm dating myself. Don't just ignore me. You guys don't, you know.
A fun fact, I guess, while people are watching this. So I forgot I was in this film. When it comes to this film, we actually started shooting this back in 2019, right before COVID hit. So there was a big gap. I want to say it was probably a year and a half before we even picked up production again.
That happened to you with Rust 1 too, didn't it? Wasn't there a big gap?
With Rust 1, yeah, but the gap was more because we shot it as a short film, and then the gap was when we decided to make it longer. We continued it, but it was like a few months after we had finished it. This one was a big gap. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you were filming it in Vegas, so that would have been. I know a lot of people were still doing guerrilla filmmaking in LA during COVID, but I don't think it would have been quite so easy to do in Las Vegas because there's not that big of a film community. So if you saw lights and cameras, you'd probably know what you guys would be doing, and they'd probably come over and make sure you're 6 feet apart and wearing a mask and all that.
And when COVID started, I spent all of it, majority of it, when in Texas. I wasn't even in Vegas, so there was no way.
Now, Chris, now you're based in Vegas right now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I loved this house that we were shooting in.
Yeah, this house is a friend of mine, a very close friend of mine, Gary Leffler. He was gracious to allow us to film in that house. There's a specific reason why we shot in this house. For those who have seen my film, Billy takes place in this house. And Heather, who you're seeing right now on the screen, by Corey, she actually is in the beginning of Billy. So you guys will see the fate of Heather James in Billy. But we shot in the same house because we needed that for continuity. It had to be the same house she was living in.
It's for $60,000, and I'm about to go cash it in.
Is that okay? Ooh, I'm hearing.
Expect is one of the largest settlement payment companies.
Is that a commercial I'm hearing?
I don't know. That's not on my end.
No, yeah. I know. You know what? Let's do this. Let's agree to do this. Let's just watch the commercials all the way through, sound down, of course, so you can get credit for that, Joe.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, we'll do that. I know I think we're all conditioned to like blank the skip the commercials, but in this time I think it would be good for us not to skip the commercials. So we're gonna let it go all the way through, commercials and all.
Okay.
Yeah, I need it.
Let me ask, what is the time that you guys are on right now? I wonder if
I'm at 13:15.
Oh, okay. That's where I'm at.
13. Okay, wait, let me go a little ahead then. 13:15.
Now I'm at 13:25.
Okay, I'm at 13:55, so I'll hold off for a few seconds here.
Okay.
So in this scene specifically, you guys are watching. The character that I'm playing is a TV crew who's doing a special on Heather since she's releasing her book, but she had specific requirements and requests that no one asked about Morgan or what's going on with Morgan, and I ended up asking, and it pissed her off.
Okay, I see you here, there, Joe. So you asked her, yeah. So Morgan's her daughter then.
No, Morgan is the best friend from part 1 and 2. That's Taylor Kilgore.
Now, doesn't she have a daughter in this as well?
She does not. No, they don't have daughters. No, not yet.
I was gonna say they look really young for that.
Yeah, no, not yet.
Okay. Let's see. Everybody's talking about Ava is catching up with us. Still chip. Okay, and now they're talking about Texas Frightmare. The chat's talking about Texas Frightmare. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty big this year. That'll be a lot of fun. I know that Steven will be going to Texas Frightmare. How about you, Joe? Are you gonna be taking
No.
No.
I wanted to, but I booked. We'll be filming nonstop for the next 4 or 5 months. So no,
Right.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
Well, you have to get the convention season. Well, the good thing about convention season now is that it's 24. It seems like it's all year round now. Before
it's year round now. Yeah. As of right now, I haven't booked anything for the any conventions this year. I did a lot last year, so this year I might just be focusing on films. Yeah, we're doing some collaborations with some really cool companies that we're going to be launching real soon. So kind of been strapped with that as well.
Let's see. About Christy, Nightmare Christy. Yes, you guys have been the Nightmare Toys, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, man, that's such a cool shop. Such a cool store. See, Larry's mentioning he's hoping maybe I'll get to meet her. Yeah, I want to see a picture of you and her, Larry. Definitely. There's a lot of people for you to meet at Texas Frightmare this year. Right. Yeah, Corey looks amazing.
Yeah, Corey's. Yeah. Fun fact, she's probably gonna hate me for pointing this out, but I love her. So, I mentioned there was a gap. Well, the gap was like about a year and a half. Well, a year and a half before we shot this, Corey had bangs, and she no longer had bangs. So those bangs you see right there, those are not real.
So, is that a wig she's wearing for her role? Or
no, her hair is real, but the bangs are not.
Right.
She might hate me for that, but yeah, I go sorry, but continuity.
But you look great, though, Corey.
It looks great.
Yeah.
I thought they were real. I had no idea.
Yeah, they look real, huh? No, they did really good on that. Yeah. But I was very particular. I was like, you have to have these bangs. Like you're wearing the same gear. You've left the studio from that interview. You're back home. You have to have the bangs. We can't do anything about that.
At least she didn't recut them again, because then it was
I
like,
know. She didn't want to. She told me like, I'm not recutting. I was like, no, but we got to do something.
All right, so we got commercial here. We're going through it. Don't skip it.
Yeah, go through it. Go through it. We'll go on pause until you're done. So we'll hit pause. I'm hitting pause at 17:45. But yeah, run through your commercial. It might take a couple of minutes longer, but you know it's worth it in the end. I mean, we're helping the filmmaker out, so no problem.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
You have to watch the
we're on
entire.
commercial break. Yeah, watch the whole commercial.
Yeah, watch the
You have
whole.
to watch the whole commercial to get the money.
I don't know, but
Facebook's different.
maybe.
As long as you watch 5-10 seconds and you skip it, we still get the money.
Is that what it is? Okay.
But I don't know how about YouTube.
I don't know how it works with YouTube.
Yeah.
I should know this. I'm pretty sure they've explained it to me, but I don't remember.
They're still showing
weird, 'cause
commercials for Pet Cemetery.
I'm not getting any commercials, but before the film started, it played like 10 commercials. So I wonder if all mine played at the beginning.
Yeah, I got 2, and it's ending. It's ending now.
Yeah.
Because we're on a commercial break. For those who are now popping in, though, if you want to see part 1 and 2, you could also see part 1 and 2 within this link through V Horror at V Channels Media's YouTube channel. You can see part 1 and 2, and those are the remastered re-releases of those first 2 films.
Okay, so I'm at 1822. Does that sound right for everybody?
Oh, that was a big jump.
Let's see, where am I at?
I don't think the movie paused when the commercials came on. I think it went right through.
I'm at 1822.
I'm at 1936.
I was at 1917.
It's all right.
Okay,
I don't think
pausing.
you paused when he said pause.
Do I pause?
Was it really difficult for Corey to because I mean she's just based on her facial reaction and you know and her body language, did she have a hard time filming this scene emotionally? Was it really emotionally draining for her? Like when you said you would say cut, did she have to go off to the side and release some energy? Like some emotion?
Honestly, no. I've had to deal with certain actors, but not with Corey. Corey's like, you say action and she becomes that character. She's a phenomenal actor. And I think it's also a lot has to do with this role specifically is because she became Heather for the first 2 films. You know what I mean? She experienced and she went through a lot. So I think when it comes to the actual hitting those moments, she's, I'm assuming that she's thinking what Heather went through in the first 2. Like, what is it in the past that she's actually reliving it in her mind? But that is her technique, I'm gonna say. But no, I don't think she struggled or had a hard time when doing those scenes. She knew exactly what I wanted, and she delivered it very well, very, very well.
Yeah, but I mean by struggling, I mean it was she's so much into her character, like she would literally feel everything that was happening to her, because you know how that is, like especially
yeah, oh yeah. I mean,
it's
almost like a method technique, yeah.
Okay.
No, she didn't. I don't. Not that I caught. I should say, not that I caught. No. Yeah.
I'm just digging her vibe. Her body language is just like damn, you're interviewing a real victim here. A real something terrible happened to her, and we can see it.
Oh, there's Travis.
Now, talk to us a little about Travis. The actor's name, how you met him, what attracted you to him.
Oh yeah, Joe, tell everyone, all the actors.
So I will be honest, we lost count of how many actors played Travis in this film. No, that's not an exaggeration. We probably hit 11 different actors that played Travis.
Wow. Now was that by design? Because
no,
different. Okay.
Not at all. That was the big gap had a lot to do with that. COVID had a lot to do with that. Scheduling. It was a factor of a lot of things as to why we got many different actors to play Travis. That you just saw right now, that Travis, I will say, I believe that was the actor who played Travis in part 1, which was Raul Limon. But he was a lot shorter, and I think we had him on an Oppo box in that scene specifically because he was shorter than the other actor.
Right.
So we did shoot him separately because he was too short.
I think Ivan played Travis at one point.
I think Chris played Travis at one point too. I'm not gonna lie.
I think I had
No, it wasn't this one.
doing a different Travis. Like 2 different people.
Yeah,
I
there was
remember.
so many.
Did you get the chance to play Travis, Tori? Did you get a chance to saddle up and kill and create some victims?
Yeah, there was no way I would pull that off. I'm better a victim.
Oh, here comes Tori. It's your time, Tor. It's your time.
I feel like this is when I met like all the girls, like Tori, Sarah.
This was the first
and
time we were all. Was it the first
Ellie.
time we were all on set?
No, this was like the last
No.
time. This was
Yeah,
I
it
think
was
this
the
was the
last
last time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
filmed it
you're right,
backwards.
We shot backwards.
But yeah.
Yeah, because
There
didn't
she
we
is.
do like 2 days at the house?
Yeah, there was multiple days.
I
lost count.
That's some cute wardrobe right there. Now, is that wardrobe from you, Joe, or is this the young
No.
lady?
no. I wanted them to make the characters themselves, so that was all their wardrobe choices. Yeah.
Very, very stylish.
I soon regretted my choices.
Tori's like, no. That's it. That's hilarious.
Okay, so yeah, you're digging this, huh, Gary? Yeah, I'm having fun with this one too. This is a lot of fun. I'm really glad I discovered how to do this with you guys. You know, this has been a hoot. I was like, yeah, I'm digging these watch parties with the creators because we get all the behind the scenes stuff that we don't.
All the inside scoop.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
let me get my notepad on that.
Yeah, that's right.
Am I missing something? I don't see any comments.
It's like in the
No,
more section, and then you have to go to comments.
Oh my goodness. Okay, technology is not my forte. Uh-oh.
Mine either. You know,
Well, I'm right
I
now.
will say when Corey was playing Heather in like the scenes where she's like a little bitchy, she was acting like one in real life.
Oh,
She was a little sexy.
oh, Leslie. Oh,
I don't remember that. Corey, I did not say that. I don't
No, I'm
remember
just
that.
giving Corey a hard time. No, I'm just playing with her.
drama.
No, but no lie though. No, she's the sweetest thing. Like
Yeah.
seeing this role, and when she was doing these scenes, at the end we would laugh a lot because we're like, she's not like that. She's completely opposite from that. So,
That's
but
important.
that was a big thing and very important for me to pull out of Heather specifically. At this point, she's no longer the innocent like victim. Now she's this like powerful woman, and she's experienced a lot, and that's what all that she's gone through has made her what she is now. And she doesn't take shit from anybody. But she also is a little, she's lost it a little bit at this point in the film. I think anyone would if they went through what she did.
I think she was using my phone for that scene.
I think I'm seeing a little Alfred I'm digging the Alfred Hitchcock vibe I'm getting. It looks like the director's in the middle of a scene there.
Yeah, I'm in the movie. I don't know why that choice came up, honestly.
Yeah, how did you get into it?
I don't know
Are you
how
in the
I
first
got.
two? No.
I'm not.
He probably asked the director to send him a script.
I had to audition multiple times for the role.
talk about a self tape.
I was so good the director couldn't resist having me in the film.
That's
so
right.
What you guys are seeing right now, all of these actors getting ready, these are the actual haunt actors from Las Vegas Haunts getting ready for a a night of haunts, of being in the haunt. So all that
Yeah.
is real. They're all getting ready for that.
That's so cool. That's such a cool thing for you to put into the movie. I dig it.
Tori, were
That's
you
so-
still haunting at this
Yeah.
year? Was this your last year haunting?
No, the next year was my last year, I think.
Okay.
But that was very difficult, not getting ready that night to go out.
Period.
Oh, I remember. That's right. Yeah.
Had to be
Yeah,
locked
because
away.
we had to shoot with you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Well,
fun.
and these nights were interesting because these are all like actual people. They're not
Yeah.
extras and stuff. And
These are
some nights it was
our-
cold and storming and
It was freezing. Oh
It
my
was
god.
I think-
so
Yeah.
cold. There was so many like hot hands in my pockets. The little yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Nice.
think I was on
Freezing.
set because it was too cold.
Lucky.
No. So you were on set one day, Chris. I don't know if you remember. Before we had casted you for the bigger role,
Uh-huh.
you were an extra. Remember?
Oh,
I had
yes. I
brought
asked
you
to
on
take
as an
picture.
extra. You
I
asked me
Was
to
the,
take a picture with Heather.
canes at the beginning?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
then we
remember
cut that scene because you got you in the bigger role.
Yeah. And that,
Yeah,
I
that
hope
night
all
was
of these
actually-
scenes are going to make it on the Blu-ray. These deleted scenes.
Oh my god. Yes,
Chris,
they
me.
will.
Now, did you have to tell all the paying customers that you were making a film and get releases for this, or did you just?
So how we actually do that is I actually since the owners of the haunts are very close friends of mine, I do a lot of their promotional stuff. So I film a lot of their commercials, I do a lot of their photos, all of that. And when they walk through into the haunt around that barrier, it's posted everywhere beyond that point. You will be on camera, beyond this point, you will be in photos. This is your literal release as you pass this point. And so yeah, so that's how we're able to use we're able to use these as extras because this is now it's posted everywhere, you know.
Okay.
So that's how we use them all as extras. Yeah.
Boy, did the cold help keep down the crowds? I mean, I can imagine if it was.
No,
super
it was
busy.
crazy busy. It was
Oh.
crazy. The lines were crazy. Oh, side
There's
note
Chris.
for those who are on the this scene where you're seeing with Chris, the actress, the character that he's interacting with right now. For those
Uh-huh.
who have not seen my other film, My Little Nightmare, she is a big character in My Little Nightmare.
The crossover.
So it's the crossover to those films.
So she's playing the same character as she is there in the other film.
Yeah, her character name is Amy, and she's actually one of the main characters in My Little Nightmare. Yeah. Oh shit! I'm dropping this light.
I just love the interconnection.
I hate watching the scene that's about to come out or come up. I hate it.
Which
Why?
Well,
His you'll see.
one? Oh, what were you asking?
I think this night was the first night that I met Tori, Sarah, and Ellie. And we were all so young, and still to this day, I'm like, I have good connections with all the girls because like
So
they're all
young.
baddies.
It takes a baddie.
I want to say, Tori, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they ended up canceling or ending production early that day, right? Because it was too cold.
Yes.
Yeah, it got very windy and it was freezing to where we were like, we can't. I'm not going to do this to the actors.
It was, yeah.
It was a bad day.
Do you
So all
remember
that you guys are
Amia?
hearing, all of this is ADR. What was that? Oh, yeah.
Remember Amia was complaining because it was so cold?
It was freezing. I couldn't feel my hands. It was really cold.
Well, there was
People-
that
I think
one
people
night.
get surprised.
set
I think
everything
people are surprised that it gets so cold in Vegas, but because you think of the desert,
desert.
but, man, it
Yeah.
dropped.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just
they're
want to say something. You guys were all wearing jackets. I was wearing a.
No, I was about to say, Tori, you're over here like showing your midsection. You must be freezing.
I was so
But she's,
cold.
she's hardcore though.
I know. Look at her. You can't even tell.
She looks. It looks like you're in 100-degree weather, Tori.
I wish.
It definitely was not. It was freezing.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Well,
a
there was that-
pocket.
there was
Sorry,
that
go
one night where Joe set everything up, and the wind was so bad it was knocking everything down that we couldn't shoot.
Yeah.
Like we got there,
bad.
did set up, the wind was really bad, and just had to tear it all down and come back another night.
Damn.
Yeah, it was rough.
Watching this like unlocks a memory of like ugh.
This film was a very fun project to film. It really was. There was definitely good times in this film.
Are you guys on my scene already? It's so awkward.
Yep. Yep, we are.
Uh-oh. Okay. Why? Are you getting killed here? Do we need to know
No,
that?
no, I'm basically trying to get some ass.
Oh, well, you know what
You're in
happens. You know what happens. You know what happens in the horror movies now.
I know.
You see? Yep.
Chris.
There you go.
Yes.
Chris.
Whoa.
Oh boy, here
But-
we go. Now the
but
only
it-
thing,
Nasty.
the only thing we're missing is Chris saying, "I'll be right back."
I know.
Well, and back in the old days with movies, the only guy to survive a horror film was gay. You had to
Yep,
be gay.
that's
They
true.
even made fun
Yeah.
about that in other movies. But now it doesn't matter. You could be straight, gay, bi, trans. It doesn't matter.
You could be a kid and still.
I
still
know
buy
it
the
doesn't
film.
look like it, but I was so nervous because I was kissing up on this random guy's neck. I barely met him like an hour before that.
Yeah.
Welcome to acting.
It was like
Yeah.
my heart was racing. I was like, ugh.
Well, you can't tell. You can't tell. That's good.
And
that's,
then
that's
his
what acting's all
girlfriend was
about.
on set. His girlfriend was on set watching me like in the corner, and like I was, ugh.
Oh
Oh
man,
yeah, aren't
that's
they
a
married
intense.
now?
That's some
No, I
intense.
think they like broke up like horribly. Like it was like a horrible breakup. Yeah,
When was that?
so sad for them.
Is that because of the
I
scene?
thought they were still together. Ooh. Anyways, that's tea for another time.
Yeah.
Oh my. We're getting all the secrets behind the scenes now. All right, so
He
So as
threw me
long as
like I
I-
weighed like 5 pounds, and I am not 5 pounds.
He did. He tossed you.
Ooh.
uh-oh. See, that's not a good thing.
I feel like I'm ahead of you guys.
What
Where-
are you at?
I don't want to say in case you're not there.
We're 3317, I think, area.
Oh, I'm
That's
I'm
where I
45.
am.
I'm at 3330.
I'm gonna pause it.
Oh, I should pause. I'm at 3350.
Oh, Joe, you're way ahead.
Oops.
Joe's
I
so
just
far
can't
ahead,
wait.
he's in the future.
I love this film. I just can't. I couldn't wait. I had to keep going.
I cried on set because my partner died. No, not my partner. My whole.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
God, you just did not say.
And that's his girlfriend.
My whole disappeared. Where'd it go?
That was his girlfriend.
Oh yeah,
That
that's
was
his girlfriend
watching
now. His next victim is his real girlfriend.
Oh wow. Okay, man. Travis is a busy young man.
She's
But, you know,
actually a
too-
stunning woman.
It's when you see this, you're seeing it from beginning, middle, and end. By the time when I came on, we were shooting the ending, we were shooting the middle, we were shooting the beginning, we were shooting. It's as people know, movies are never shot in the order that you see them in, but
Right.
it's interesting to know that this might be 2 years after the last scene, or this could be 2 years
Yeah.
before the last scene. It's
Oh, yeah.
and for Joe to be able to kind of take all this footage and stick it all together, and it makes sense. It's exactly what's going on.
Movie
Like, it's-
magic.
Yeah. I mean, it's all in that editing, and it's
Yeah, because I want to say these scenes that we're watching right now, I think these were like some of the last days back in 2022, maybe?
Mm.
And then maybe
Maybe.
even 21.
Maybe 21.
Yeah, because
Because-
I remember
yeah.
being there, and you guys were like, Chris was there, and other people were there, and I was taking pictures because I was so
Mhm.
happy to be working on a Rust 3 film that I wanted pictures with everybody, and I put them up on Facebook, being like, look, I get to be in like a bucket list series for me, and
Oh,
and
thank
so
you.
oh yeah, of course, man, and it's so I remember all this stuff really well. I mean, it's
Thank you. Yeah.
So-
and now look, now you're a part of it and you're in it.
Yeah. Always, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's
Yo, the ad just came on at the wrong time.
I gotta
so you can watch it.
just
I
I'm
haven't gotten one commercial.
I gotta be
You
honest.
know-
I'm clicking out of them so
They
I can
have
stay
to
up
know.
with you guys.
They
Same.
have to know that you're the director. And I'm like, no.
I haven't gotten one commercial.
You know that the scene where I'm killed with
Ooh,
that barbed
fun note.
wire.
Oh yeah, go for it, sorry.
The scene that I get killed with the barbed wire. I had such a difficult time doing that I think Joe just got fed up, and I did too. And I was just like, "Hey, this is gonna be the last one because this is really irritating.
Yeah,
I couldn't
was like,
handle
let's
it. It was so annoying, and that's the best take."
Yeah. No, yeah,
What do they use for barbed wire, Chris?
it was fake barbed wire. It was like
Yeah.
rubber.
It was
a
rubber, but
type of thing.
he wanted me to again at this time I had him act in a lot of shit, so I didn't know like the like choke on the rubber to like show more. It was just frustrating.
That sounds so bad.
Oh my god.
Well, out of context, 100% sounds so bad. But
Oh, that's funny.
You know what? I think that clip goes inside the blooper reel.
I know.
So the scene that the scene that I'm on right now. So they're escorting Heather. I don't know if that's where you guys are at.
Yeah.
yeah,
They're escorting Heather. So the guy on the far right, that is the actual owner of Las Vegas Haunts. That's Rich. He is the set designer of the film.
This is the scene that you cut. This is when I go up to
Yeah,
Heather.
Chris originally was in this scene. He's supposed to come up to her right about now-ish. And we cut that because he got the other bigger role.
Well, this is also the stuff where I'm technically not in the movie.
Yeah.
Because
Technically,
that's
I
when
forgot.
that the guy who's holding the camera would keep getting me in frame. I'm
Yep.
literally in the background just getting sound, and Joe telling me to move forward is because those people were in between us.
Yeah.
So that's not him as the character director telling me to move up. That's him as the actual director.
Yeah, I was
So-
actually directing the
I
movie.
like that guy's jacket. This, House of Fear, 40 years, I guess.
Yeah,
Well,
that's the owner. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the owner.
I was
Product
so shy when
placement.
you had all those random people clapping. I was like, oh my god, this is like turning into a
No,
huge
everyone was a
scene.
good sport. Everyone was a good sport.
Yeah.
You know, we had everyone, we told them what we were doing and everyone was like, let's do it. And they went along with it. Now, I will tell you,
A
like the
few
close-up
times.
shots of Corey, these shots here with Corey, where it's a lot closer, where she's saying her lines, there's no one in front of her. That was before they even opened, and we shot that. So there's no one in front of her. She's talking to herself. Yeah.
I
And
don't
the
know.
scenes that
it's
you
like-
see of the friends who were in line watching her, that obviously we shot. That was a different time. But the scenes that you see with the three friends looking at Heather and talking, that was actually the day after Halloween, I believe. The haunts were closed.
She's holding the machete now.
Okay, yeah. So I'm a little ahead. Sorry.
I don't know why I got secondhand embarrassment because I was from this out again. I
Okay.
never was doing productions like this. This was all new.
Sure. I mean, this is the only way you're going to learn, though, right? And overall, you had a great time.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
and you really do realize all these people here, these are just people that are going through the haunt, like Joe was talking about. And I don't know if it was Corey or Joe who went up and said, this is what we're doing. If you want to be in it, awesome. We did these things like 3 or 4 times. And everybody there was just down with it. They just
up for
really
it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they just really liked, doing this whole thing. So it goes to show that you don't need to hire 20 extras. You could just use people that are already there.
People who really want it, I mean, they're gonna do it,
This
Yeah.
actor,
Oh, it's fun.
Natasha,
It's
I really
fun.
like her. Natasha, she's like a
Yeah,
really
so-
good friend.
So this actress right here, Natasha, she's an actual haunt actor from the actual haunt. I think I got her like on her lunch break. I promised her, I was like, I will get you in the film. I'll write a scene. And I think she was like on her little break on an opening night. And we shot all of this within her break. This whole scene that you guys are going to see right now.
That's cool. That's fast.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe shoots like boom, 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 boom. I mean, that's
I
yeah.
waste no time.
But you don't notice that though. You think that most people that are going boom, 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 that it's going to look awful, and it doesn't.
No,
Look at that. The
yeah,
color grading is really good.
Thank you. Thank you.
You can turn up this.
Yeah, John, talk more highly about Joe.
Oh my God. Keep it going. I love to hear it because a lot of people talk shit about me. So I like to hear good things sometimes.
You know, and I'll say good things about Chris. Chris, I really enjoy Chris's music. I've never heard his stuff before, except maybe like a couple years ago. He has out some CDs. It wouldn't necessarily be my type of music, but I actually really like it. So it's and I think Chris is a good actor, and I like working with him. So
I
and then
my first commercial. I got my first commercial.
All right.
Do that.
And then I was lucky enough to meet the three actresses, and Tori being one of them, and I enjoyed working with all of them. So I got to work with people I've never met before, and people that I have. So there you go. It was a great experience. This whole movie was a good experience.
Yeah, Rust 3 was definitely a fun experience in the sense that there were so many people involved with this project, in and out throughout a span of 4 years, I want to say. So it was fun to finally, when we had finished the product, which I'll be honest, seeing it right now, it's kind of exciting because I haven't seen it since I first cut the film and exported it out. I don't really watch the films after it's delivered. So watching it is kind of cool going back at it, especially exciting for all the plans we have in the future for this. So
yeah, because I'm not dead.
No spoilers.
I'm sorry.
Now, what Travis is it? What Travis is this? What number is that? Was that the original Travis, or is that the seventh one? Sort of like watching Doctor Who.
What scene is this? Are you on?
Well,
he just strangled her. Yeah.
Oh, I'm a little behind.
So we're 42 minutes 50 seconds.
I know it kind of sounds bad, but literally we had every race play Travis. We had a Mexican Travis, we had a black Travis, we had a white Travis. We had so many Travis that we had to. Are you talking about the Mexican one? Are you talking about the?
I lost count. I honestly don't know.
United Nations Travis.
I know.
I lost count. Honestly, I really did.
Are they all listed in the credits?
Yeah, so I was wondering the same thing. If they had lines, you have to list them all.
They're all credited.
And then Stanley played Travis for a good amount of time.
Yeah, Stanley was in there. Yeah,
he was a character.
Who else?
Didn't we have Travis? Travis?
Did he? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so because he had. Oh, I can't say anything.
No spoilers.
I think Daniel Warner even played Travis for one scene.
No.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's not credited for it.
Oh.
I think it was like 2 seconds.
It was like 2 seconds. It had to have been a small scene.
I get secondhand embarrassment seeing my girl Sarah about to give head. I get so embarrassed for some reason.
Don't do spoilers. That way, in case no one's watching it yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. It just gives me secondhand embarrassment.
So this scene we shot. I think it was a blackout date of the haunt. We were just in their parking lot when we shot this scene. In this film specifically, I wanted the body count to go up. I wanted Travis just to kill. I wanted him to he sees people and he's going to go for it. Especially, with your classic horror films, premarital sex in there, all of that going into the effect of Travis is going to kill because he wants to. He's going after those who are just in his way or are just there in his vicinity. Does that make sense?
Did you fall into the old studio rule for horror films as terms of kills? Did you I think most of the horror films was one every 8 minutes. Did you feel that because of the first part of the movie was establishing your story, Did you feel like for pacing purposes you had to kill more people?
I didn't focus on that. I did want to do that. I didn't focus on it. I think when it came to the kills, my main thing was I wanted the body count to go up. In the first one, I think he only, or I don't even think he killed anybody in the first one. I don't think you actually see a kill in the first one. You just see the aftermath of all the murders. In part 2, you see some of the kills, but I think it was only like 4 or something like that. And in part 3, I think he hit 14 or 17 kills.
Nice.
In this one, I just really wanted to up it a bit for this installment.
Oh my gosh, I have to ask John. John, do you remember who was on set for the scene when Sarah had the window broken? Do you remember who was on set yelling at people to do everything?
I
don't name drop. Don't name drop.
well, are we name dropping or name criticizing?
Don't.
I just wanted to see if you remembered. Do you
John, don't do it. John, don't do it.
So someone took Joe's hat when they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, seen that before.
I am 99.9% sure I know who Chris is talking about. So and
honestly, I think that was like barely when I first met Joe. So I honestly got confused because Joe told me that he was the director, but when I went on set, I was like, I had no idea who was leading the ship.
You know, that happens a lot. I tell people I'm a director, like, oh, cool, all right. That happens a lot. And then when you see me, I'm like, I'm a director.
No, but when I came on set for that specific day, I was like,
you really didn't know what you were walking into.
I had no idea.
Okay, so I now know 100% who you're speaking of. Yes, and I was very vocal about it. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is one of those things of let me get my notepad because it took up the entire notepad on just this one thing. So, yeah. But you know, it's funny with Joe when you talk about with, you know, like I'm the director is before I really got to know him, I only knew him as the guy in the suit. Like whenever I would see him with an interview, he'd be in a suit. And
I was always in suits, yeah.
Yeah, and then once he, you know, I gained his trust and everything, and Chris's trust, you know, and stuff, you know, and going over to their house, all of a sudden it's casual Joe, and it's like, who is this guy? You know what? This doesn't look like the Joe that I know. Where's your suit? Why are you directing in a suit?
You know Sam Raimi directs in a suit, right?
Yeah, he directs in a suit. Yeah, because of D.W. Griffin, or Griffith. I'm sorry, D.W.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I love suits. I'm a fan of suits and just dressing up.
And there's another independent film director who we talked to, Nas Red, and he wears all red suits.
Oh, that's cool.
Very good director.
I absolutely hate suits. They are so confining. You can't breathe. I have thick thighs, and they like suction cup them, and nope, not me.
Oh, Tori's up again. Sorry, Chris, I went to
It's so weird. I look like a baby. Oh my goodness.
Tori, I would like to say that you have flourished into such a beautiful woman, and I've always been a fan of you and always will be.
Oh, I
love you.
You're gonna make me cry over here.
well, that way the next movie when there's a random kissing scene, we know we'll look for that.
Oh my god, if that was actually Forrest, I think me and Tori, it would be so. I would be like, Tori, I'm super nervous about this. Like, I can't do this.
I'm like, it's okay. I'm a pro. It's our job. We got this. It's so interesting having to walk through the haunted house being scared, but I knew like where
everything's at.
I was like,
yeah.
Watching it unlocks like a specific memory of like before, like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It unlocks a memory like before COVID, and then it unlocks a memory of like after COVID when we thought we were free. If that makes sense.
Now, are you trying to get Corey out of here? Is she being pursued?
So at this point of the film, the owners of the haunt, since she's, you know, the celebrity, they want her to do a live walkthrough. They were asking her, "Can you do a live walkthrough of the haunt? It's renovated, all that." So me being the film crew that we're doing a special on, we're like, let's do it. But now she's getting anxiety. There's a lot of triggers walking the haunt that now she's like, you need to get me out of here. I can't do this. But me never walking the haunt, I don't know where I'm going. So that's kind of where that's at. And then when it comes to Tori's character, they basically force her to walk the haunt by herself. So that's what she's doing. They split her and her best friend up.
They had
So
me
that's
messed
kind of,
up.
yeah, I would never do that.
You know, that girl hit that beam so hard. I really thought she hurt herself.
Oh, I'm not there yet.
When we filmed it, Joe, she hit it so hard, and we were all shocked.
She was a trooper though. Like she was 100%. Like she felt that role for sure. Like so good.
I was going to tell your ladies cast. Let's say next time, you're in a position where you have to meet Travis, just tell your ladies to grab a cat. Because the only reason I'm saying that is because I found out this, and I've been telling everybody that I know this, that Art the Clown from Terrifier, Art the Clown is a cat lover. I'm just thinking, in case you want a supernatural bodyguard.
Oh my goodness.
So funny.
I hate
Now is Travis a human killer, or is he did you use the different actors to create a persona where he's a supernatural killer, or is he strictly all human?
He's all human. Yeah, he's all human. I didn't want to go the route of supernatural. I wanted it, to me, that's more terrifying. It's an actual person doing it. To me, it's just a little bit more real. That's one thing I wanted to do. There will be an end to Travis. So yeah, you can end Travis somehow, but no, I want him to be real. He's a real person. Now, all this, I don't know what part of the film you guys are in.
We're with Tori, and it looks like the owner is with a flashlight.
No, that's Joe. That's George. That's Joe and
there.
Heather, and then Tori just got taken by
Oh, okay.
Travis.
So the scene you're about to see right now, with running, we shot that all on a cell phone because of all the running. I did not want the camera in anyone's hands while we were running. So we made sure that all that was shot on a cell phone.
Okay.
That's when I played. That's when I was Travis right there.
Yeah.
When you pulled Tori?
I think so.
I don't know. Okay.
Okay, so
Real
Tori,
quick. Yeah.
I'm just saying where I'm at. Tori just got pulled away.
Oh. I'm like, I gotta hop off, guys, real quick. I gotta go do an audition.
Oh,
No
okay.
problem.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to cut it short.
Oh,
That's
no.
okay. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you
And
for
yeah, thank you.
having me.
Good seeing you again.
Good luck on your
It was great
audition.
seeing you guys.
Bye, Batty.
It's good
Wishing you the
seeing you.
best.
Bye.
Be safe. Take care.
Bye.
Wait, how do I?
Just step back how you came in. Just hit the reverse.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
There you go. Now we're down to 4. It sounds like a movie all in itself, right?
I know.
So everything that you're seeing here is not part of the movie. This is Joe freaking out on set.
Someone pissed me off.
Yeah, so
someone dropped his
and we were just trying to
email and
calm him
croissant.
down. Just Joe, it's okay, it's okay, it's just a movie. It's okay. And he's like, no, where the fuck am I going?
I know someone
Where is
forgot his
everybody?
sandwich. Someone forgot his sandwich.
I
Oh
asked
my
for peanut
god.
butter and jelly sandwiches. They didn't bring them.
Oh my god. No more wire hangers. Oh.
Didn't we write, Joe? Didn't you write the scene because we wanted, or like it wasn't was it originally written, or you just wanted to like write more for John's character development, right?
No, yeah. So this whole scene you're about to see with John, all this was new scenes that I wrote for the film. Cutting the film and putting it all together, we realized, so the sound guy that's in all of our shots
Is not in
he
them.
just disappears. He just poof, he's gone. So we went back. This we shot in 22, I believe.
Yeah.
Was this?
Yeah,
This was in 22.
Yeah, I asked to be killed in a John because my name is John, and I thought it would
John.
be gross. So,
So
Was
I
I
made
Travis that night?
No. Stanley played Travis on this night.
yeah,
Ah.
yeah. We just, I think you wanted an extra murder. We didn't have. I just kind of disappeared from the film because even though I'm there, I'm still holding sound. You guys start shooting me because I'm not the character. I'm the actual sound guy.
You were actually doing sound on set.
Yeah, and then it was
So
just
we
like,
made
just like
you into the
John.
actual film.
We have no idea, and it is mentioned later that I'm dead. So it's like, okay, well, let's actually shoot me dying.
I was gonna say, did you know you were dead when they told you that? And you're going like, I'm dead. I didn't feel anything.
No, yeah, because I think we shot the scenes where we announced your death in 23. No. It was in 22 also. Never mind.
And then that's you with the camera in there doing the.
That's me with the camera. POV with the camera. That's
sitting on a toilet, sitting on a porta potty with a bunch of poop and pee in there.
Uh-oh. Well, you got killed in a porta potty?
Yeah, that was very important to me that I get killed in a porta potty. So that's
John because his name's John.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's not right. But it's funny. John got killed in a John. Oh shit.
Well, and I'm one of those people where I like doing stuff like that. So even if I had to sit in there with the smell and everything, I would do it. So I like doing stuff like that.
That's hilarious.
That is really cute. Okay, so now everybody survived the night. So now we see it's in the morning.
Yeah. So
well, I still have. I'm at 57:15. So I'm.
Let's see. We are at.
I'm at 57:42.
I'm at 57:50.
Okay, so
Same.
I'm gonna just go up to 50. Okay.
Yeah, they're sitting down at the table. All right, let me ask Chris and John this: How was the crafty? What did you guys generally eat during the shoot?
This day,
I'm
why
sorry.
the fuck are you laughing?
I'm sorry because
I think specifically, it's because he loves to talk shit. Chris likes to talk shit.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
But you laughed.
In fact, I want to say that on this day,
okay,
I think we had.
I remember exactly what everyone got.
It's what's on the table. We ate what's on the table.
No.
Yeah,
You probably did, John, but that was not
I
the
did.
cast.
I ate a lot of that food on the table because I wasn't going to waste some good McDonald's breakfast there.
All that was just props. But
I remember what we got that day because I went to grab it, and it was actually really good. Everyone got a biggie bag, and we all ate biggie bags. Everyone had their own drinks. We had fries, nuggets. You don't remember that?
That looks like
I
Eric.
do. Yeah. You guys, you also do pizzas. Joe's, you guys are pretty good. Joe and Chris always.
Yeah, we like to mix it up. We do like pizza, or it depends also where we're at and where we're filming.
Right.
But like if we're filming in a house or something, we do a lot of like cooked meals. The cast and crew will get cooked meals. We kind of change it up a bit. I don't really like to do the whole pizza thing. I don't like that. I think if we do pizza, it's gonna be like a.
I always thought pizza. I thought pizza was like for the wrap party.
It's just easy to do. It's just easy to order.
It depends. If there's a lot of people and you're strapped on a budget, there's a lot of people. Pizza's probably going to be your best choice because there's a lot of people. That's part of indie filmmaking,
We've had pasta. We've had
it's a variety
burritos,
of
everything.
Oh yeah.
Well, they're good cooks, so that's always nice to when I've gone over there and we're filming at Joe's place. All of a sudden, there's big pot of something cooking.
We
It's
had,
like,
we had a
ooh.
comment about this, but Judy looked absolutely gorgeous in that shot.
Yeah, Judy looked really good in this. I want to say, so I had worked with Judy and Eric in another film called Live Escape. It was a zombie found footage film. We shot that first, and then I brought them on to Rust 3 because I really loved how they performed in Live Escape. So I brought them on into Rust 3.
Good call.
Side note, Joe, your fade in the film is like spot on.
My fade, really? My hair was all jacked throughout this whole movie.
Now you had the various departments, right? Like transportation and makeup and special effects. How where did you assemble your crew at? Were they all locally based in Vegas, or do you have to?
Yeah. The crew that I work with is almost the same crew that I work with at every project. I like to bring everyone together. John, we have some PAs that come on set. My
Shout
AD.
out. Yeah.
They're dedicated. So
Shout out
if
to
they want to,
Patrick, Will, Lala, Keisha.
if they all they're dedicated, why not have them involved in what we're doing? So no, I'd like to keep it, small when we can, small, and then it's all based this specifically in Vegas. Yeah. When I do shoot in Texas or in LA, of course, the crews are different. But when I do stuff in Vegas, I like to stick with the same crew. Yeah.
I got to tell you, I'm impressed with the fact I am going to say this. I am impressed with your casting choice. I think Corey is knocking out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
And
she is.
And you know what? I don't know honestly, I have never seen a character like her in the lead of a movie like this. I never have.
Yeah.
I'm racking my head about this, and we're like, have I ever seen this before? And honest to God, I have never seen, someone like Corey take the lead.
Like Corey.
The typecast never give them a shot. They it's not because she couldn't do it. It's because they film studios and filmmakers, they don't put, I guess curvier people on as the lead, and I just think it's really refreshing, and it's a very different, and to be commended because Corey's killing it.
Corey did an amazing job in this film, definitely. Oh yeah, she really did. Yeah, she did. And Heather specifically, that character just went through a lot, and I think Corey did a good job at executing and showing that on camera.
Now, are you still back at the haunt for this scene?
Yeah, so this scene that we're shooting in right now, where Heather is leading us. So this scene specifically, we shot at the haunt, but it was off season. So this is when they store all of their haunts at a certain location. And there's no electricity out there. So all those, like the lights that you're seeing, those are all the lights that we set up and all that for this scene specifically.
Okay.
This was another day where this is actually where the homeless guy is. And then
there was an extra scene that was in this whole scene.
But this was another day that I was because of who's there. I was just like, I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm with the two actresses that were in Rust 1 and 2. So I think, I got some pictures because it was still early on for me. And I was so happy, like, oh my God, I'm working with the two actresses from two films that I really like. And
they're phenomenal. These girls did such a good job.
Side note, I remember Eric complaining about how heavy that damn camera was.
Yeah. So the camera that you guys see on the how do I explain this? The camera that you see the actor holding in the film is a Blackmagic Ursa. And for those who don't know, that camera can weigh almost over 45 pounds alone, that camera. That one that you see right there, I don't know if you guys see it, but standing behind me, that camera is a very heavy camera. And it definitely does some damage to your shoulders.
Oh, I bet. How do you rotate cameramen? I mean, is there a main cameraman? And then if you had to do a shot like that, do they have backups? So let's say the primary
So I
guy gets it
actually DP majority of all my stuff. I'm the cinematographer for all my projects. The only ones, obviously, in this film specifically, I am in the film, obviously. So I would have Eric shoot the certain shots, but after I would set him up and approve it, then he would actually hold it because he also, kind of he wanted the feel of it to be real. It's supposed to, I don't know if you've kind of caught on to this film. There's a little bit of like a found footage feel to it as well.
Definitely have.
And I wanted to do that to make it seem all this footage is real footage. And there's a specific reason why we shot that for a future project. So I wanted to give a feel of the found footage and your traditional narrative filming.
Now, I was going to ask you this too, because you mentioned about how you were in the film. Now, did you step in to play a part? Did you have this part originally cast for somebody else and they didn't show up, so you had to do it to step in, or did you do it?
Let's say that sounds pretty. I jumped in when something lacked. I'll be honest, I don't remember. I really don't. I don't know how I got into that.
Honestly, it seems like every time I hear this, it probably was because somebody didn't show up.
Someone probably didn't show up, and I said, "Fuck it, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Let's go."
I thought it said in the script, director with massive ego walks down hallway.
Exactly what it said.
Oh man! Hold on here. Where's my notebook? I'm getting my notebook for this.
Your audience is really gonna think that I'm this like stuck up guy. I'm really not.
No, actually, Joe. Everybody in this audience, and like including Hobbs here, we've known you for years now. You were one of our first guests on the Midnight Hour.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned this before. You took on some really tough questions from us, and you answered them, and you were really forthcoming. We all know who you are. We know you're pretty fucking brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, this is a lot of fun. I'm really digging this. I'm really digging this. And thank you guys all for coming out for this.
Oh, well,
definitely. This is fun. Yeah, I'm telling you, I haven't seen this film since it was delivered for distribution. So then this film was delivered about a year ago already, maybe over a year ago it was delivered. So, yeah, it's cool to see it. It feels like fresh. Yeah. So this scene you're seeing specifically right now with Taylor and Corey, this was a very deep scene, seeing the two best friends from part 1 and 2 fighting and arguing. I really wanted to show the aftermath, the trauma that these two best friends went through, and the separation. By now, those who are at this point, you would know, that some real bad stuff happened to Morgan, and it's just really taken a bad toll on her. But I think they did such a good job at.
I'm actually watching at this, and I'm just thinking about myself, like what would it be like in real life to go through a trauma like this, like a school shooting or something like that.
Yeah, it would really mess with you.
Yeah, have survivor's guilt.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I remember that day. Corey was so hot. Like, I don't know if you could tell her skin; she's actually perspiring.
We were all hot.
It
was too damn hot in that.
We had to turn off the AC.
Yeah, you can't film with the AC on, so all of us were hot. I know I was sweating. It was really hot that day. We shot this in the summer, didn't we?
Yeah, it was like peak July.
Yeah, we shot this in the summer.
You go from extreme cold at night, and then you come back and you're like, man, can we film the next scene in the pool?
Oh yeah.
That's Vegas. One minute it's freezing, the next minute it's boiling.
Yeah. So fun fact when it comes to this film is the film's actually supposed to be taking place in Texas, but we shot it all in Las Vegas.
Oh, really? Oh, well,
yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, yeah, because the first one was based in Texas. That's right.
Yeah.
What was the hometown or the town in Texas that it happened in?
So the original Rust was inspired by true events that happened in McLennan, Texas. but
Mm.
just the first one. The sequels I ended up embellishing, and obviously it's gone further, from what it was originally inspired by. That's actually where Travis got his name, was Travis McClellan. I believe it was McClellan, Texas, and Travis County is when where it happened.
Mm.
So that's where Travis got his name, Travis McClellan.
Let's see. Gary says, I'm very impressed with you guys. He is actually enjoying this movie. This movie rocks.
No, thank you.
No,
thank you.
Thank you, Gary.
You got to go back to see the first two.
Definitely. You guys need to watch the remastered versions. I'm really proud of those. Those were cool. And for those who don't know, Rust 1 was shot entirely in 6 hours, the entire film.
But
Damn,
that's something. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
I don't remember how much we filmed with Judy, and like Judy's throughout like pretty much the majority of the movie.
Oh yeah, Judy's character comes out a lot. So those who did not catch it, Judy plays Heather's adopted sister, who's actually Heather's assistant now that she's become a celebrity of some kind.
So this is where I play Travis. I know that for sure.
Yeah, Chris is playing Travis in all the house scenes. I remember that now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris plays Travis.
Now, does that mean that you got to kill somebody this time, Chris?
Oh, just
yes.
wait.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to
Don't
give it
ruin it.
away.
Even when it happens, don't say anything, because I'm pretty sure there's people who are a little behind, and we'll ruin it for them.
Yeah, I want to ask him a question when we can.
Well, we'd also been filming a lot too.
I think that was past 10 hours of filming by this. We were there all
by
day.
This time, yeah, we were here all day. And this was day 2, I think. We were there for 3 days, I want to say.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Oh my God. I keep on dropping this light, y'all.
What's going on down there?
I'm sorry. I have this light because I don't like striking. I don't like the light from the office. It's a little too much. So I'm using this light. I'm rigging this light up.
So this is some good slow-mo going here. We really don't get a lot of slow-mo in Rust.
No, this was the first time I wanted to try it. I feel like slow-mo in horror films, you really don't see much, but I was inspired by Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, when Michael Myers is after Danielle Harris.
I still think the better of the two, but that's me.
All I remember for this scene was Joe saying, since it's in slow-mo, dramatic, quick.
You need to make it dramatic. You need quick, swifter moves. It's all in slow motion. I was like, exaggerate it a little bit. And that's what they did. Patrick's in shock. Look at him. Of what's happening. Look at him.
Man, you did a nice job, Chris.
Yeah, he did really good.
Was it hard to play that role?
Yeah, it was, because first of all, I don't like manhandling females like that. And then
don't spoil anything.
I would do it, and then Joe would be like, "Oh, that's too soft," or something, and then I'd be like, "Ugh." I think we did it a lot of times to get it to where he wanted it.
Yeah, I think we shot this specific scene. We shot this about 4 or 5 times in slow motion.
Now, does Joe get to square off against Travis? Are we going to be able to see a fist fight right here? Joe kicking ass?
No.
Oh, that would have been cool to write in the script. I'm not gonna lie.
I wanted to, but the film was already long enough.
See Joe scramble Travis's eggs.
Thank you for keeping people's eyes open. Thank you. People do not die with their eyes shut. They die with them open. When you're unconscious. Oh, there we go. Travis got head.
Was Corey really screaming? I don't remember.
She was. I told her, and yeah, she really was. and this scene specifically was a very important scene. I don't want to go into detail for those who are behind and not at this certain point of the film, but it was a very serious scene that I wanted to write in the script. And yeah, I don't know, it was sad shooting it and writing it.
But Heather really shouldn't be surprised by any of this, right?
Here's a story question for you, though.
We're on movie 3.
So we see that the other girl dies. They all come in. They all see it happen. They all see her. Why? It just kills me when I see this. Why didn't you have your characters get in a car and leave the property? It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts when I see that. It's like, why are you there? You saw this what happened to you. Why the hell are you still there? There's nothing.
I would say they're white. They're not white, so not all of them.
Honestly, I get what you're saying, because I could get like that sometimes too. But if you do the right things, then the story would just end there. For story, we gotta, dumb it down a little bit.
But there's nothing wrong in making Travis into maybe a little bit a tech, like little techie. Like he could, he
can drive.
He can
Travis
go ahead
had a computer.
Right. I mean, you guys could drive
Travis in a Tesla.
I mean, could you imagine if let's say they did the right thing and they got in the car and they drove off, and there's Travis. He gets the license plate number. Nobody would suspect that he would be able to track somebody down, or him putting a little beeper, like one of those pods, those AirPods, putting it in the car. Who's to say that he's not smart enough to do that? When we watched we did our retrospective on Friday the 13th, and we were talking about Jason, and everybody thinks Jason is just this humbling this Hulk. Jason was very intelligent, very intelligent. You go back there and see how he survived and everything. And I see the same thing with Travis. It's like, just because he's a killer doesn't mean he's not intelligent.
That's true. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean,
but they didn't see Travis kill her.
That,
she might have committed suicide. I mean, she might have taken the machete and cut her own head off, and she just couldn't take it anymore.
The audience saw it.
But Heather and stuff didn't, so that's why they didn't leave the house.
See, that's a risk there too, and that was like with Halloween, when they had Halloween Ends, right? The one primary thing that you had to have happen, because to me it's like it's just I don't know, it affects the movie in a different way. But you couldn't have Laurie Strode killed. You could do anything else that you wanted to do, but you could not kill her because she was innocent. She really was. She didn't do anything to deserve that.
We really should not be discussing the new Halloween movies. Oh my God. Let's just pretend they don't exist.
Exactly.
But she did die in Halloween Resurrection.
No, we don't
going back to where you were referencing Friday the 13th and Jason. It's funny you say that, because I just saw today in the studio when I was working, Jason Takes Manhattan. And the whole time I was like, how did he get there? And when I watched it, I'm like, that's actually really smart.
Yeah.
Jason is actually really smart. Like it's so funny you say that.
Remember though, Jason at that and Take Manhattan, that's supernatural Jason. That's the supernatural.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But we're talking about the first 4 movies with him in it, where he dies, and you still see that he's highly intelligent. And I do think that when the series comes out later on this year, I think we'll see that aspect of it. Like, how did he survive all those years out in the woods? Well, we saw.
And I wanted to dive into stuff like that specifically with Russ, because you really don't see his past. I mean, I kind of showed in part 1 in the remake, actually, not the remake, in the remastered version, you actually see a young Travis and how he became. So I would recommend you guys watching
the first one. Which we shot. We did that.
Yeah. You guys could actually see a young Travis and how he became, and it throughout the years how he progressed on what he was doing. To jump on the film though, specifically, they're in the scene right now where they're talking to the detective. I don't know if you guys are at that point right now.
Yes.
So in those all of these photos in the crime scene photos and all of these case folders, those are all victims from all of the first two Rust films. So all the photos you're seeing, those are all the victims from Rust 1 and 2, the actual actors. Like they, we wanted to incorporate them somehow in this installment, so we brought them back in this form. So that's kind of what you guys are seeing here on all the crime scene photos. You're kind of seeing the aftermath. Like I said, in part 1, we kind of show everything up until the kill, or we'll cut away or something. Now in these crime scene photos, you're seeing the aftermath of how they look after their murders in Rust 1 and 2.
Hello, Killian. I have not seen the Arcadian the trailer for Arcadian, but I am definitely interested in seeing Longlegs, which Nicolas Cage is doing later on during the summer. Definitely looking forward to that. That's gonna be a fun movie. Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic to a movie like this, like a series like this, where it is a series, it's like, and that was one thing I just felt like that was the only thing they got right, sort of semi right with Halloween is, but even then I was still upset the fact that they killed her daughter. I'm going like, that's just, again, it's like, I just didn't think it was, I didn't think it was fair. It's like she's gone through all this shit and she's gone through all this shit and she didn't deserve any of it, but we're still going to take something away from her. I just think as a moviegoer, as a fan, you're just disappointed in that. It's not like the person, it's like, when you watch a movie and a bad guy gets it, right? We all cheer for that. Like if Travis gets his ass kicked here and, Joe comes in there and takes off his head, we're going to be cheering for that. Not to say that if he escapes, we won't be, but I'm saying, how that is. So most of the time when the killer dies, first we're rooting for him. The movie comes on, oh, Jason, yeah. But by the end of the movie, where he's facing off against the final girl, we're pulling for her to kick his ass. And so I just think I just think it's important. It's important for for her character, for Corey's character. I keep on sorry, I know their names, but I just think it's important that like she either kills him or she gets away. Either way.
Gets away.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think these 3 films are better than the new Halloween movies. So,
thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hands down.
Well, I liked Halloween. I thought it was a solid 90-minute movie. I hated Halloween Kills, and I've come around to liking Halloween Ends. But it's still a bad series. It's
still bad.
It's not worthy.
They had an opportunity to do something really special for the third one, and they set it up in the second one to allude to that, and then the guy didn't have the balls to do it, and so it just came out really mediocre. But
well, let's remember the same guy went off and did Exorcist Believer. That was garbage. So
yeah, and he got fired from it too. But it's like I couldn't believe they actually gave him the movie. It's like, why did you guys give him the we're gonna make The Exorcist? I mean, and then you see how Halloween ends. It's like you haven't even shot The Exorcist yet. You had plenty of time to let him go, and to make it. You paid hundreds of millions of dollars for the rights for the series, and then you put the director that nobody wants to watch. Nobody wanted to see that guy direct, and it showed. Everybody that came out that roasted him, probably half the people didn't even see the movie, but the other half, they didn't see the movie because he was there. He was the director.
He's a great comedy director. He does some great comedy and he works with some great comedians and stuff. But it's I just don't think horror movies are good these days. I even thought the first Omen was awful. It was so boring. Oh my God, nothing happens in it. But back to Rust 3.
Yeah.
Back to Rust 3.
It's good to see an independent slasher movie. It really is. To do it right.
Oh, thank you.
You're right, Joe. You're right about the found footage aspect of this too. It does have that feel to it. and yet it
Mhm.
doesn't. And that's a really
Yeah.
interesting balance beam right there.
Yeah, and like I said, there's a specific reason I went that route. The footage that you're seeing that is like from the camera crew and all that, that is going to be, let's just say it's going to be used for another project in the future. Let's just say that.
Okay.
So there's a reason why it was shot like that.
These
Now,
days, I look a lot at color grading, and
now
I'm just and I'm looking at this, and just there are certain colors that pop, which you need, even if it's kind of a muted,
Mhm.
picture, where it's more of like a drab green or drab red. You still have colors that pop, like the blood pops.
Yeah. And I'll say that I chose this room specifically, because I wanted, this is like Travis's lair. This is where he takes his victims. So I wanted to light it more of like a greenish tint. I don't know why. I just felt green or orangey type. Well, the walls in that room are teal. And it's a good contrast from the orange. So it complemented itself very well when we were shooting. And I really like the color contrast, from the skin tones to the walls are like that hardcore teal. On top of that, we added the flickering and all of that. But yeah, no, the colors specifically for the haunts, I wanted to be colorful. And then if you notice, all the stuff that was outside of the haunts was more dry and, desaturated somewhat. I wanted there to be a clean separation from the locations,
Yeah,
now,
it's. Oh, go
Chris
on. I'm sorry.
is this Chris playing Travis still?
No, and this scene, I want to say the actor that is playing Travis, his name is Nick Payne, I believe. He's playing Travis in this scene specifically.
Okay.
Yeah, this will be Nick Payne. Yeah.
Who played Travis at the end scene?
Yeah, that's the original. He's the original Travis from the first two.
When at the end of the movie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even the scene where the ending of the whole movie. No, when we get to it, I'll point out who's who. What scene? What's the time code everyone's at right now?
I'm at 1:27:02.
I'm at 1:27:10.
Oh, I'm a little behind.
I'm 1:27:42.
Yeah, I just think that the lighting and the color, and especially the color grading is important these days, because you look at a lot of movies and like a trailer just popped up for the new Planet of the Apes, and you want the trees to be green, you want the rivers to be blue, you want, even though if you're going to mute it a little bit, you got to still have these colors stand out, and so I think this does a lot of that, especially with the different colored lights on it. That, like right there. I mean, I'm at the scene where our actress is walking past, like it's a fake body, but it's, you could see it, and she's now up against a kind of like a gate, and that gate stands out.
Okay. Yeah, that I want to say I lit each room specifically per scene. Obviously, I wouldn't. Like I said, the owners of the haunts, that was one promise I made them. I was like, I'm not going to give away your product. We can't shoot in the order of the haunt, So we're jumping from one room to another. We're going from hotel back into asylum, back and forth. Well, John, you know this, but I wanted to light each room specifically with color, but with two contrasted colors. There's a scene where there's body bags hanging. There's the blue pouring into a room that's lit completely red. I just love the way the contrast is when it comes to that. I don't know if you guys are there yet, but so this scene specifically, if you guys are in the body bag scene, I don't know if you guys are at that scene.
I'm on it. Yeah.
Well, that scene was inspired by one of my favorite movies, which was Scream 2. I don't know if you guys remember. There's a scene where Courtney Cox Gail Weathers is being chased by Ghostface in like a recording studio at the college, and she hides behind a panel, and then Ghostface is on an opposite one, and they kind of shift. So that scene was kind of inspired by that scene from Scream 2. It's just something I really wanted to do. I just used body bags. Now, the actress you guys are seeing now, that's Ali Karras. She was phenomenal. When we casted her, we wanted her to be like the Heather of her generation, if that makes sense. You know, of her friend group, the younger group. So I wanted her to be, you know, like the younger, similar to Heather. The way Heather was, like, she didn't want to do the haunt, she's scared, all of that. And that's, I think, Ellie did a very good job at that. Fun fact, when I casted Ellie, we didn't do a traditional audition, but I did go see her on the stage play of Young Frankenstein, and I used that as her audition, and that's how I casted her in the film.
Now, how many days did it take for you to film make the movie?
I'll be honest, I lost count because it was spaced out between 4 years. It was the longest production out of all the Rust, I will say that. I want to say maybe a total of 3 months, maybe 3 months, but spaced out within 4 years.
You know, the longest movie I've seen anybody make that I've watched, there was a filmmaker out of Florida, and he made his movie, and it took him 5 years to do it.
Oh, wow.
And it was interesting because you could sort of see it on the actor's face. You know, you could definitely see how they aged a little bit and whatnot.
Yeah, the age difference. Yeah.
Of course, you wouldn't have known that. I mean, you definitely would have noticed the hair. The hairstyles are all different. But yeah, but you know, but it was still a very heartfelt movie.
I mean, it's possible. You could still make the film within that time frame. You just editing wise, like John had pointed out, like, yeah, when it's like putting together a puzzle in a sense. You're looking at all this footage throughout the years, but it's weird how within my head I kind of know where everything goes. I don't know how to explain it. It's just I already know this scene goes here, or I'm shifting these scenes. That's kind of how you put the film together. But it's definitely possible to get that all.
You don't do storyboards though, right?
I storyboard certain scenes. Yeah, I do. Not the entire film, but certain scenes I do. Yeah.
Yeah, time is a weird thing on a movie. When I was going to film school, a friend of mine shot a film, and you could see my hairline because we shot it over a couple of years. Was doing this.
Oh.
That's funny. It's crazy to see this. With the haunts, obviously, we shot throughout the entire haunt, but these rooms, a lot of these rooms don't exist anymore. They've all been scrapped, demolished, and rebuilt for a different type of room in the haunts.
It's going to be interesting to see. Now, is it up and running already, or will it be ready for September?
Yeah, the haunt season for them, I believe, is the end of September to the end of October. Right. They're only open around that time frame, around the Halloween season. I have seen some of the new upgrades. Like I said, I'm very close friends with the owner, so they've shown me some of the new upgrades, and they have some really cool stuff this year that even they were like, we know you're going to want to film here. I'm like, my mind definitely is already going. Yeah. Yeah, we have some exciting plans coming real soon. See, this room is an actual original room from the first Rust, for those who've seen the first one. This was a scene in part one. Heather is almost doing somewhat, I'm kind of mimicking what Heather did in part 1 in this scene. We have Ellie here hiding just like Heather did, or Morgan. I think it was Morgan actually who did that. But it's the exact same room. That's one room that was the same when we shot this. Now that room, I don't think that room exists anymore.
Is Ellie Gear still acting?
Who?
Did you say Ellie?
Ellie, the actress that you see right now in the film.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the young girl, her name's Ellie Karras.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard a different name. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh,
I was thinking because there's another actress named Ellie Gear, and I was like, really? I didn't see her name in the credits.
no.
I remember hiding in a black corner for all these scenes when we were in the haunt. We would all disperse and like hide behind the corner and
You
shit like
literally,
that.
the whole crew and everyone would be like, we'd mark it and then we'd set and everyone would just go hide in quarters and just
Get
stay
out.
quiet and don't move.
But did that help though with reset though? Like if you shot a scene
Oh, yeah.
and you reset it, then they were all ready to
Oh,
go. And
We're ready to go. Yeah. Let's
fast
reset. Everyone, resets, get everything ready, and we're back at it again. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, the crew is just everyone's on point and ready to go.
What's the most takes you had to do on any one scene that you had to keep repeating? It better not be your scene, Chris.
I do remember we did that so many times, killing Taylor and like Joe. Like,
okay, don't spoil.
they already passed
Pay
it.
attention. But yeah, I think that was probably the one scene, actually, believe it or not, the one Chris is talking about. I think that's the one scene that we spent the most getting done. No. I know what scene it was. And it's actually the gag reel too. It is the scene when we're all sitting at the table and talking. That scene, everyone at that point got the giggles. Everyone couldn't stop laughing. We were all missing our marks. That whole scene, yeah, we probably shot that scene, no lie, more than 10 times we shot that. We just, for some reason, yeah, that was a rough one.
That's when you're sitting there going like, thank God for digital cameras.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I was even guilty too.
Day.
I kept on missing my mark. I was even getting pissed off at myself. I'm like, I don't know why I can't get this.
That was the same day that we did the ending scene as well. So that was just a huge, long ass day.
That was a long day.
You guys should be really thankful. I'm at that age when I was going through film school. Everything was shot on film. Everything was on a flatbed. Everything you'd have to take the 16mm camera, put it inside a black bag, zip it up. You'd have to stick your hands in. If a little piece of light got in there, it fucked up all your film and it would expose it. It was film to me is a nightmare. I don't know why anybody would want to shoot a movie on film anymore.
Rust 3 would not be what it is today if it was shot on film. There's no way at all.
No.
No.
I don't get it. If somebody said, oh, here, you want to go shoot this movie on film? I'd be like, hell no.
No.
Film is awful. That's fine for the 70s and 80s and stuff, but no. No. Yeah. But also when you're talking about working with like, like the crew and stuff, a lot of us have now worked together for a few years. And I walk onto your set and so do other people. And we're just like, okay, where's the sound equipment? Okay, where's the slate? We just know where to go and what to do. So when we're filming in the haunt here, like Chris was saying, kind of hiding in corners, we all know we're set, go to the corners and film, cut, come back out, set it up again, go back to the corners. Joe doesn't have to go, guys, come on, get in the corner. We just know what to do.
We're ready to go.
We've done it so many times now that it's...
Oh, yeah.
Because of this movie, I learned how to slate. I learned how to do sound. I learned everything, deadass.
But that's honestly, that's how you do it.
you probably learned the most of anybody, Chris, if you really think about it. I mean, you came on and learned how to do behind the scenes crew. You learned how to your acting. You did a kill scene.
Yeah.
I mean, I
When
know
you put
you.
it like that, you're right. Because I didn't know
No,
anything, like
no.
nothing.
And believe it or not, and that kind of scene I was going to ask you is like when I asked you, how did it affect you? That was my question to you. It's like you said you didn't like to manhandle a girl, but still, just the fact that you're actually playing a character that is killing people. A lot of people say, "What did Like I ask a lot of times, an actor or whatnot, I says, like, what was it? What was it like to die? Or what was it like to kill
Mhm.
somebody?" And they would, and it's you'd be surprised how many different reactions you get.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Um, and a lot, and honestly, a lot of people like they rather get killed. They rather get killed than do a romance scene. That surprised
Yeah.
me too. I don't think it's the other way around. Going like, oh yeah, they're gonna spooch. Okay, I'm sure they'll dig in that. And for the most part, they always say, I rather get killed.
Same.
Yeah, it's those type of scenes are not easy. I did one for a different film where I had a beautiful girl sitting right on top of me, and I had to have a pillow. I mean, that was the pillow was right over me, and she sat right on that pillow because it's not it's not easy to do. So
Oh,
it's tough.
John, you crack me up.
So there's Corey and she's the final and is this a cop?
That's Joe Pelavinsky. He was an actor I've been wanting to work with for years. I finally got him on this one, and yeah, he plays the detective.
I
Very good
honestly,
actor.
it's one of those things too. It's like, if I was chasing a serial killer like that, and I came around there, and it was just me and him and whatever, I'm sorry, but you know what? I'm unloading on that son of a bitch. I'm not gonna sit there and just shoot him once, and it just kills me too when you see that in the Friday the 13th movies. They always hit him back one time and then they run. It's like, why did you hit and run? Well, I
That
stayed
bothers
there.
me too.
I stay there and change his personality.
Got to exercise that Second Amendment right on
Hell
Travis.
yeah, hell yeah. The one time you need to do it, you don't. Come on now.
So this was Payne who played Travis.
That was Payne. Yeah, the
Yeah.
ending was Payne. Yeah.
I don't know if I ever met him.
I'm not sure.
So 5 years later. Now, how is this in relation to the Immortal Wars world, Joe? Like
So
we saw you connected in the world to Immortal Wars with the scrawl on the bottom of the TV news.
yeah.
How is this tied to
Well,
the world?
I will say that is the only connection actually. The news anchor stuff that you guys saw, the news banners at the at Mortal Wars Resurgence, that is the only connection to the Dark World.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, actually, the other connection is in another film I did called Lost Souls. In Lost Souls, I connected Dominion Industries with Travis and Meredith. They're the ones who put them together to fight because they fight. The killer from Metallophobia and the killer from Rust, they fight to the death in Lost Souls.
Nice.
Yeah. Now, this actor you see here, his name's Marlon Greenwood. He's the original Travis from part 1 and 2.
So he just
that is
couldn't
Travis.
do because of the length of the filming. He couldn't do it.
Yeah, we got him to shoot some scenes. In fact, the ending that you saw where he was chasing Ellie in the house and stuff, we shot that in 2019, right before COVID. And with scheduling, we couldn't get him back. It was very hard to get him back for scheduling. So, but yeah, so he's the original Travis.
Oh, yes, right. You put him in a cop car. Oh man. Well, cops aren't necessarily the smartest, are they? Wow. So
No.
Travis is gonna he's gonna break out. Oh, he's not dying. Oh, I thought he was going to buy the farm. Wow. Okay, round 4 coming up. Holy crow.
Yeah.
But at least you had Corey survive, and that was important.
Yeah. Well, if you
Uh,
have not. So, for those who don't know, obviously you all know, this is all part of a universe, right? So I have two cinematic universe. I have the Ravage Rain universe, which is all of the Immortal Wars and sci-fi action films that I've done. And then the parallel universe that I have is called the Dark World. The Dark World is a cinematic universe that consists of all the Rust films, any horror film that I've done. Well, not any, I shouldn't say, but majority of all my horror films are connected in one way or another. So when it comes to Rust, you will see the fate of Heather in Billy. In the film Billy, you will see what happens to Heather.
Oh,
You
you kill her off,
you,
don't you? Kill,
you have to see
oh,
you have to see Billy. You have to see Billy to see what happens to Heather. But to get more story of Heather, also before Billy, she actually is in My Little Nightmare. So the main character of My Little Nightmare is Heather's lawyer. So you will see Heather in My Little Nightmare as well.
okay. But you killed her off, though. Oh, well, you know, I mean, if it makes sense for the movie, it makes sense to the story. It's what you got to go with.
But there is I will confirm right now that there is going to be a one last and final Rust installment coming that we're shooting
Okay.
this year. Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully.
When do you plan on shooting that?
Around haunt season, I want to shoot
Okay.
in the haunt again, and I don't know. The story is like you said, there's already a 5-year gap alone with that, with the way this one ended. So right now I've written a script, but I'm still kind of filling certain things out. I'm kind of trying to see where it's going to go, knowing that whatever happens in Billy, I don't want to say in case those who have not seen it,
Right.
where it's going to go after that. We have shot a trailer already for Rust 4. And there is also a teaser poster that is exclusively only on Carcass Studios' website. So if you go to carcass-studios.com, you can see exclusive content, teaser posters, trailers, and every film that we have released has its own web page. So you can see some have behind the scenes, some have making of documentaries, stuff like that.
Right.
You can see on the website. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy because Rust was the first film. So when I moved out to Las Vegas, Rust was the first feature film I did out there. And now with the release of, for those who don't know, the release of Rust 3 marks the 10-year anniversary of Rust 1. So it's been 10 years since we did Rust 1.
Yeah, it makes sense because I remember that because it's been about 4 years since we met. About
Yeah.
4 years. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Rust 1 came out in 2014.
Yeah, it's so cool. That is so cool.
Yeah. 10 years
Um,
later.
I want to thank the chat for coming out. You guys stay there for a couple of minutes. I want to thank the chat for coming out and hanging out. And this has been a lot of fun. And we will be back. We'll be back doing this again in May. Actually, in May 10th, we will be back. We'll be watching You Should Have Killed Me with film director Michael James Bernard, plus hopefully cast members, our good friends, from the first movie, Rob and Dylan. They will be out and to join us. I don't know who I'll get as a co-host. We'll get somebody to do it. And we'll come here and talk about Michael Menard's debut film. It's going to be a lot of fun, and then hopefully we're working on something big for June. And as soon as we get it confirmed, we'll let you know about that. We're doing this once a month, watch parties with the actual filmmakers, and they answer the questions you saw here, questions about the movie, their the memory of shooting the film and what goes behind it. So if you ever wanted to know what was behind the green door, well, this is the place to come to find that out. All right. So thank you, Gary. He says, big shout out for you guys. Yes, big shout
Thank
out
you.
to the cast and crew of Rust and Rust 3, Rust 2. And
Thank you.
tomorrow, actually, I'm going on the road tomorrow at 8 o'clock to Dragon Movie Guy. You can look that up there in your browser. I will be there tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on his channel. On Sunday at 4 o'clock, I'll be joined by Katie, Lady Valerie, and Hey Internet, it's Eric. And I know this is going to crack you guys up, as we kick off our new series, The Wonderful World of Hallmark. That's right. Now, before everybody laughs, let me tell you, I'm gonna have to show this to you just so you guys can see what's going on here. So we are covering The Lost Valentine. It stars.
I love that movie.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's Jennifer Love
Sweet
Hewitt. That's one of my
Jesus.
favorite
Yeah.
movies of hers.
Now, a lot of people
With
laugh,
Betty White.
but as we are a horror channel here, there is a horror connection here. If anybody can guess what that is, so not so fast on the softness. We do entertain you, I promise. So that will
That
be
is
on
so
Sunday
funny.
at 4 o'clock Eastern time, 1 o'clock Pacific. Thank you to the chat for staying with us, and we will see you on Sunday. And for you guys, stay right where you're at. To the chat, thank you so much. Have a great night, and we will see you soon. Peace. I knew I was going to do that.